Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and the Legend of Keeper's Soul. Smugglers, today is a very special episode, because it is the end. The end of all campaign banners for all of the masters. What a long journey it has been. This series, it's finally coming to its conclusion, but there is more on the horizon. After you complete the game, or complete the campaign with each of the masters, you unlock the Ascension mode. This is a scaling difficulty from levels 1 to 20. And there is a poll currently on the channel asking what format you would like to see Ascension done in. And currently, the leaders surprised me. So I thought, today, for the grand finale, with the Neptunian banner for the Lord, we'd give it a test spin. You know, you're going to buy a car, you got to give it a little test drive. So let's see how this format works. The format is going to be, hopefully I put it on the screen, but basically the entire banner is going to be rolled into one episode. I'm not going to go overly crazy fast like I do with long durations. We're just going to have a nice, steady pace and see how you like it. So here we go. The final banner of everything. Eternal vacations. And as always, I gold gain low master life because that's just the way I like it.
Home sweet.
I've just come back from a week off by the sea. A prime opportunity to do some lobbying in an underwater temple while I was there. I guess I'm a workaholic. I can't help it, so sue me. I ended up finding a few candidates who might suit your team.
Glad to hear it. I appreciate having useful employees. As for our promotion, don't be surprised. It's the tombstone. Because, finally, we're back to morale damage, and it feels so good. But as always, allow me to name our team, and I will get back to you. Now, some of these should look familiar too. We have Yog-Sothoth, the tried and true morale bomb. We have Notre Dame, who I actually have kind of ignored, but I think Notre Dame is incredibly powerful, and I'd like to give him a chance to shine. We have Morgana Le Fay, who, honestly, I kind of have mixed feelings about, but there's a reason she could be good. Now, as for the Neptunian units, these are not new Neptunian units, but I'll go over them anyway. We have Bob, the Blobfishman. Why is his name Bob? I don't know, but it was hilarious. I laughed my head off. Laughed my butt off when someone suggested this during the live stream. So I'm like, hey, Bob it is. He deals morale damage to the back and can deal ice damage to the front with damage dealt if a hero has fled. So he's kind of like hybrid-y. His passive gains 10 to all resistance for each hero with less than 50% of the max morale. So again, kind of hybrid-y. Could be tanky, potentially. We'll see. We have the Octopus Head Cthulhu. Not creative, but I do like Cthulhu. He deals AoE morale damage and applies demoralization. And he has a special where he just does morale damage to the target with the lowest morale. He also has a passive where he regenerates 50% of his max life when a hero flees, so he can be kind of tanky. And we might need that. And last but not least, of course, is Thanatos. Death himself has come to the sea. Our starting traps are the pile of bones. 35 morale damage to the front and will ricochet to the hero position behind the target if the target is afflicted by demoralization. Are you sensing the trend yet? I do hope so, because it's going to be a demoralization build. One of my favorites. And we have the pop quiz, of course. 40 morale to the front and ricochets if the person in the front is the one with the lowest morale. Can I guarantee that? Maybe. Now, we're going to be tapping the merchant, because I want to see these new units. There are, just like with the Draconids, there are 2 new units for the Neptunians. I gluttony. Do I try and find it again? Or do I just YOLO? We'll try again. Well. These are not it. One more. Hey! This is the Moray, one of the brand new units. And when I first saw him, I was like, because see this little picture here? I didn't even realize he was an eel until I read his the unit name Moray. So I was like, this looks like the black tortoise thing from Chinese mythology. So I'll give him that name, Zhuanwu. He attacks the back with physical damage and gains shell. Okay. He deals morale damage to the front and deals 10% additional morale for each stack of bonus the Moray is benefiting from. Interesting. And he gains a random bonus when a hero is defeated. Now, it says a hero is defeated, which I think means you can either kill them or force them to flee. I don't think it's specifically fleeing or specifically killing, because it would specify if it were. But we'll see. We'll see. Provides some much-needed nature resist, so, you know. Oh, we also have a Ragnarok. A Ragnarok isn't new, but I would be remiss if I existed without her. Big fan, big fan. So let's go on a business trip. Well, Moray, do you sure you want to be here? Sending out death kind of sucks, but that's a lot of money. And... oh dear. Do I feel confident with no matter what team I get? Not really. Let's see what this yellows. We might have to go with a low-level encounter here. A Ragnarok. Okay. Sure. We'll send her out for 8 weeks to get level 4. I'm still a little concerned. Am I? Am I really? A little bit. A little bit. I might need... what am I going to need? I would like some fire resist in the first room. Got any more of that fire resistance? And this back room needs fire resistance. Well, okay. I tried. I kind of want this first room to have, like, full demoralization. So we'll bring Yogg to the back. And then Yogg can be one of, hopefully, a morale bomb. Alright. Sounds good. And hopefully Bob can be tanky with, in the second room. Now, I am a little concerned about this max level combat. However, is the resting room is a healing shrine, which is not going to be in play. So I'm going to be a little greedy here, but we're going to rip it. I'm not confident, but we are fighting a lot of nuisances here. So leading the charge is the Sage, who will be attacking the front with ice damage. Joined by the Shitty Shaman, who will be doing AoE fire damage. She will also be healing her friends, but we don't particularly care about that. And last but not least is the Concertist, which is the worst part of this encounter, dealing AoE physical damage and applying dodge to the person with the lowest health. Now, with our bombs... oof, look at all that AoE damage. I was kind of hoping that we'd just be able to kill the Sage pretty easily, which we might. Ooh. Thankfully, this first trap here, the Pop Quiz, is going to successfully ricochet, dealing quite a bit of damage. Okay. The bad news here, because there is bad news. Of course there's bad news. There's always bad news. Is that the Concertist takes 50% less morale loss. So it's going to be pretty tricky if he makes it to the boss, but thankfully if it's just him, he's not going to deal, like, any damage. Well, this is something. That silly dodge ate my big attack. I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit. Will Bob get another turn? Oh, lived it too. Well done, Bob. I'm proud of you, Bob. Zhuanwu does not get a second turn. Alrighty. Do I have resistance to fire and armor? It would not appear so. It would not appear so. So I think we're going to plop Cthulhu down. And I'm going to try and bomb the Shitty Shaman. And hopefully she runs away. Ooh, that sucks. Apparently he's hitting the Concertus, which is really bad for me. So I'm just going to keep spamming AoEs and hope that she flees. Basically. Or... almost? Nah. If she fled, Cthulhu would heal for a bunch and it'd be fine, but the modified fan's going to take her out anyway. The trap placement for this area wasn't great for me. But now I basically just get to spam this attack forever. Thankfully, armor is something that Lord Cox has quite a bit of. Always go with protection. So it wasn't too bad. That was not too bad at all. Ooh. So, the Shamu here. Shamu is not great with morale damage because he deals none of it. But he has an interesting synergy with Zhuanwu that could be fun. Could be. Or, we just take Henry. Good old Henry. The master of tiredness himself joins the fray. I think I'm going to train here. I'd love to engineer for the modified fan, but we just saw one of the examples of why putting all of our funds in the modified fan right away would not be great. I.e., trap placement can screw me over. I am interested in leveling Zhuanwu because he is, of course, the new unit. And I think Cthulhu would be a fantastic level. Bob could be a good level. But I think I'm going to level Notre Dame because... ooh, terrified. I believe level 3 Notre Dame applies demoralization on his AoE. Don't you, Notre Dame? Notre Dame, he sure does. Okay. Nice. What about you, Cthulhu? How do you level up? I should have checked that while I was here, but hey. That's alrighty. Oops, that's not the correct button. Cthulhu. You applied Terrify too? Okay. Cthulhu. It makes sense that I level up Cthulhu, right? You placed a bet on a ball racing game during lunch break. The one you chose finished first and you won the jackpot. You could also use your winnings to throw a party for your employees. The motivation is going to quickly become an issue, but because it's not desperate yet, and 400 gold is a lot, we're going to go ahead and take that. I am concerned about hitting the business trip, but the plunder could be worse. Or it could be better. At least this way I get to pick who goes. Oof. I'm not a fan of sending out Cthulhu. Or Henry, really. But we'll send out Cthulhu. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. These suit and tie vampires are here to collect taxes. However, blood is more valuable than golden coins to them. They could even grant you a monetary compensation in exchange for blood collection, and you would exceptionally be exempted from tax. Take that money. We're rich. We've got fat stacks. And super packs. Now, I'd love to go for this artifact here, but I am feeling not that confident. Not that confident, friends. So instead, we're going to take this middle encounter here, this 2-sword encounter, and go nab another monster. The herbalist is leading the charge, as she tends to do for whatever reason. Which is strange, but hey, that's alright. No need to ask too many questions. She is joined by the Hellbringer, who has that weird trait where her ice attack ricochets just like that. Elemental weakness is really going to suck. It's going to suck big time. And last but not least is the Scholar, who is attacking the front with fire. I actually remember what she was called. Now, Henry is here. Henry is a good boy. Not only is he one of the best characters in Fire Emblem Awakening, don't even at me. He applies tiredness to protect all of our friends. And because he's applied some tiredness next, we're going to plop down the modified fan to make it even better, hopefully. Hopefully. And as for this room, I was a little concerned because I don't think any of it makes sense. But, you know, my whole plan here was to have Bob be the last man standing. Because he should have plus 20 resistances, which I think he does. Probably. That was contingent on the herbalist fleeing, which she did, so, you know, all's well that ends well, as they go. The Scholar does have the mega annoying trait of minus 50% morale loss. I'm not sure why they keep throwing that at me. Just kidding, I know exactly why. It's because the game hates me. But that's okay. That is okay. Now this should be an insta-kill. If I can break the Hellbringer. Was all of my fire resistance... Sure, go young. I feel like all my fire resistance was in Cthulhu, who is long gone. Please don't die. Okay. Well. You're gonna get one hit on the boss. I hope you're proud. Oh, she's gonna get two. 2 hits. Bye. Okay, well. I think I was right in, being afraid. I think my fear was well warranted. So the Nautilus. The Nautilus is hilarious because he has the stun chance. Once again. That's fantastic. The Abominable Yeti. Go. The Yeti Go. I remembered. Brian. Good old Nevermore and Ceramorph. That was his name. And of course we have David Jones. David Jones. I love saying his name. Is a pirate. He can deal ice damage to the center applying frostbite, and he can deal AoE morale damage applying demoralization, so he fits right into our little composition. Additionally, he has a passive where if a non-pirate monster from the group has been defeated during the fight, it will call a pirate for backup with 25% at the start of the pirate's turn. Now, that includes David Jones, so he cannot resurrect a pirate or a pirate who's already been resurrected, and he cannot resurrect one of the rares, who, as you may have guessed, is in fact a pirate. Yarhar. Well, it's Azathoth. And it's Nevermore, look. We already got the new unit, so I mean, I'm not sure why I'm here. But Gracule is a convincing reason. Okay, I'm just gonna leave and save my money. I guess I was there because I didn't want to go to the doctor. Although I could have benefited from the doctor, we have regen for that. Wait. So Gracule will provide us with our much missing fire resistance and some more armor. Also, he's a cute little synergy with all of our debuff shenanigans. As mentioned, Plunder is sketchy. Headhunter is here to show you a promising monster he has spotted on the job market. Good old Abaddon. Unfortunately, we're going to have to reject Abaddon, because Abaddon is not a part of our grand scheme. Now, for the black markets, I don't want to get rid of any of our friends. I like all of our friends. And now I'm a little upset at some of our friends. 2 of your employees have been caught red-handed brawling like 2 elves for a hairbrush. Will you be tough and suspend them for 5 weeks, or threaten them with a pay cut to make sure it won't happen again? You could always buy them a second hairbrush, which we are going to do. 100 gold plus 1 motivation. If you do not sanction them or buy them a new hairbrush, they will kill each other. Or, well, one of them will kill one of them. And you'll never know who it was. We're going to need a visit an alchemist. Although I have 69 tiers. Nice. Nice. Now we're going to level up. Who are we going to level up? There are so many good choices. How does David Jones level up? And before you ask, yes, I have to say his name that way. His demoralization never gets better, which is kind of unfortunate. But look at those resistance. Alright, David Jones. We're definitely going to level Henry. We're going to level Yogg, I think. His frontal attack gets better, right? Like, it applies debuffs and stuff. Yogg is just so good. One of my favorite units in the game. That I can't find on this list. Yogg, where are you? Where are you, my boy? You should be in this front. Oh, he's right next to Henry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Level 3 seems to be the magic number. Because it does stuff for Bob as well. We'll level Thanatos, though. Thanatos is cooler, we all know it. Alright, the champion is upon us. Our motivation is questionable, at best. And at worst, bad. Should we have David Jones up front? I think our resistances are pretty well spread out. For the most part. Mostly. Kind of. Sort of. I'd love to have Notre Dame go sleep. Because if he dies, I think he is DED dead. So Notre Dame will go recover his morale, his motivation, his reason for existence. And I'd like to have Bob do the same. Because Bob's kind of weak right now. Don't tell him I said that. But he is. He's kind of weak right now. It doesn't leave a whole lot of greatness up in this room. Am I really going to have Arachnarok, Henry, and David Jones? Alright, we'll bring Cthulhu to the first room, and I guess we'll bring Gurakul back. Okay. Except for the fact that I have no armor. That seems fine. Perfectly fine. Okay, well. I want Yogg here for the murdering. Yogg is just such a good murder bot. But I guess I don't really need it if I have Thanatos. What is this room? What are my choices in life? Okay, we're gonna go with this. This'll do. This'll do. Alright, the resting room is really bad for us, but hey, it's a champion. We can do it. Our champion is Sam, the innkeeper. Good old Sam. Sam I am. He leads the charge, attacking the front with fire, Damahe, and he is going to be doing a whole lot of weird things. Buffing himself, debuffing himself. You name it, he's going to do it. He is joined by the sorceress, who will be attacking the front with air damage, which Henry, well, kind of sort of resists. He lived at 1. Holy crap. Well done, Henry. I'm so proud of you. He is going to fall here to the flame. Actually, will he? No. And last but not least is the tracker, who will be shooting the back with fire. But Cthulhu is here to tank that decently well. Well done, Cthulhu. You're making me proud. Now, unfortunately, the tracker here is immune to demoralization, which is really bad. Yogg's going to eat that air damage surprisingly well, but he is not going to eat this fire damage well, so hopefully, you know, life is swell. I think we're just going to keep stacking demoralization, even though the tracker can't be affected by it. Thankfully, Yogg here is going to eat all the attacks. I was hoping Cthulhu would get into the turn. But here is the campfire, which is going to restore 15% of their morale, maximum morale, which is really not good. But hey, it be how it be. Now, believe it or not, holy damage from you. What was I saying? Oh yeah, believe it or not, Dracula is actually not overly resilient to fire damage. But he gets to do a whole bunch of debuffs and stuff. We're gonna fist the tracker here. I don't know if he's gonna live. Oh, he is, okay. Well done, Thanatos. We also have David Jones here for the first time, but I'm not sure. I think he's going to get literally one one summon here. Oh, barely. Alright, well, Thanatos is still good. This just in. Death is still fantastic. Ooh. 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 Okay, so the Grail here, we don't want this. Every soul fragment you gain will be consumed and give the Lord maximum life. I don't actually know when you would ever want this. Unless you've, like, already upgraded the tombstone to what you want the tombstone to be. I don't know. Abaddon, who we passed up earlier, so we're going to pass up again. And the Lure. The Lure is a trap that I have not seen in quite some time. The Lure deals AoE morale damage and applies multi-action to the next regular trap. That's not that important for the good old Lord, but that distinction is very important for Lyra because of her special trap room. This energizes exceptionally well with quite a few morale traps. Modified Fan is one of them. The only downside, of course, is that sometimes you want the Modified Fan to be first if you're going to need it. Shocker. I'd love to go to this trainer. I'd love to. But I also want to go to this engineer, which sounds strange. I didn't think I'd ever say that. We don't have any blood, of course. So what would we be doing here? We'd be leveling Bob and Dracul. Let's hit this event. One of our traps did not pass the last mandatory checkup. You can call a repairer to come at your expense or send it for 5 weeks to the technical department who will fix it for free. If you have the appropriate artifact, you can of course repair it immediately. We got this event last time when I actually had the Bewitched Glove, and Kiervets told me that it's always the Bewitched Glove. Apparently. News to me. Also does not consume the Bewitched Glove, so in the past I could have repaired it for free, but we're just going to send it for now. We don't care about that trap. It is irrelevant to our existence. That is a lot of damage. These are both 20 Damahe increases. How does the Lure level again? We haven't leveled the Lure in ages, so I might just do it. Okay, multi-action 2, that's pretty sick. Alright, sure. Here you go. Let's visit the Undertaker. I don't know how many things we're going to have, but we have enough. The most important decoration, I like they call it that. The most important one is the Orb of Power, which will bring an additional monster back to life. And remember, every monster we resurrect has 25% increased Damahe. The rest of this is pretty irrelevant. However, with our current build, this is pretty good. The bonus demoralization and this one. Heroes' penalties do not lose any stacks while they're in the graveyard. So they will, their demoralization will keep stacking at the level that we have applied. We have 0 artifacts, and I am interested in changing that fact. Yogg, however, is going to have to go take a snooze. Morgana is going to have to go take a snooze, probably. How's our front room doing? It's looking okay. It's looking okay. And Thanatos is basically our entire back room anyway, so let's go nab our very first artifact. Week 19, first artifact. Feels bad. This is a natural no bueno. Leading the charge is the Amazon, who will be attacking the center with quite a bit of nature damage. Henry is not overly resilient to nature damage, but he's not overly weak to it. So hopefully with the 3 stacks of tiredness, he'll be able to tank her decently well. The great threat is the Shadow, who will be attacking the front with a lot of nature damage, but Arachnarok is here to tank it decently. Ooh, lived it one. Decently, well, decent. Unfortunately, the shitty Shaman is carrying up the rear, and Arachnarok is quite weak against that one. I kind of want to just rip the Kraken Shadow to try and get rid of this stupid Shadow. Get it? Bum. Oh, almost made it. Almost. As far as our traps are concerned, I put down the Lure. Oh, we're going to do it. We're going to Hell Grip him away. Beautiful. I put down the Lure here because if they made it to the boss, This is a lot of damage, these two, that I don't want to deal with. So I figured, let's not deal with it. Makes sense to me. Now, this second room is going to go very well. Probably. I kind of expected a little more damage, but hey, that's alright. I think we'll be just fine, because David Jones has quite a bit of nature resistance. And, ooh, we forgot his release fire, though. Don't die. Thank you. And that's a GG. Thanatos is still good. Well, well. Well, well, well. Demons' attacks regenerate their life by 150% of damage dealt if the target is afflicted by burn. This is situationally very good. But we are not in that situation. The Crystal Skull, 25% chance that monsters defeated come back to life as a skeletal warrior. Good for murder builds, not for morale builds. And the Prank Pie. The first attack suffered by each hero applies Easy Target 5. Now, I don't recall if Easy Target actually improves the damage of morale stuff. But, hey, not like I have any other option. We'll upgrade the Modified Fan to level 3. I am a fan of the Modified Fan. We're going to go ahead and transmute some blood, get some gold. How much more do I want to do? We definitely need, like, just some blood on hand. We'll take 40. To ensure we can level up our own units. At the Engineer, we're probably going to be leveling up. We can't level up the Fan, which sucks, so let's go Plunder. Who are our volunteers? Oh dear, golly gee. Please not Thanatos. Your volunteers have desecrated a crypt. The local skeletons frown disapprovingly. They have even found an artifact, and they have emerged unscathed. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. This is the Protean Barrel. You can only place one regular trap, but it gains multi-action 1 at the start of the dungeon. So this is both good and bad. Good because we have the Modified Fan, and just a free +1 multi-action means the Modified Fan does an unholy amount of work. Bad because we also have the Lure, which means we cannot place 2 traps. What a coinkydink. One of your employees has accidentally discovered a long-lost secret tunnel. It leads to a treasure room filled with gold and housing a rare and valuable artifact. You can keep everything for yourself, reward your employee with some gold, or gift them the artifact. Monsters placed at the front deal 2% additional damage per missing life percentage. We are not dealing life damage, so we don't need it. So we are going to offer it to Xuanwu to make him level 3 and to get 260 gold. Not a bad deal. That's a good event. I like that event. Master bonus, huh? Master bonus. Unfortunately, quite a bit of our team is wounded, so Henry and Cthulhu both are going to have to go sleep it off. They got a little too wild at the employee party, if you know what I mean. Gracule's coming up front. Our fire resistance is absolutely atrocious, but hopefully we can still manage. I think this is the best our layout's going to get. Regrettably. Alrighty. Here we go. Well, our Protean Barrel is going to put in a lot of work. That was pretty disgusting. Unfortunately, the Prank Pie is going to put in 0 work. But hey, an effective first battle, I think is worth that trade-off. The Templar leads the charge. She will be attacking the front with a lot of air damage and applying vulnerability. But you know the good news. This shuffle worked out well for me because good old Yog Sothoth has a whopping 60% air resistance. So come at me, bro. Joined by the dreaded enchanter Merlin, who, owie, is dealing AoE nature damage and applying that elemental weakness, which is why Yog actually took all that damage. And last but not least, the Virtuoso, one of the most annoying units in the entire game, dealing AoE physical damage and applying dodge to the unit with the lowest health. It's not right. Yeah, life percentage. But 6 stacks of tiredness to start things off is a good way to start things off. Unfortunately, no second trap. But hey, is it really unfortunate if everything just worked out? Ooh, block the master thing. Doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. This just in, death is still strong. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that all day. All day, every day. Alrighty, at the trainer. Which is where we're going. Definitely. Indubitably. Is it? Why am I asking this question? Because I have a big brain play. Is this a good big brain play? I don't know. So here's my big brain play. You ready? We go to the event, try and YOLO some more gold. We go to the engineer, level 4 modified fan because of the protein barrel. Then we go to this trainer. Okay. Do you have a moment to spare to talk about our Lord and Tormentor Golthar, the Destroyer? We do, in fact, have a moment. +1 motivation. At the engineer, level up our modified fan to level 4. Absolutely disgusting. Tap the trainer. What do we want here? Now, of course, level 4 Thanatos is good. Muy good. What else do we want, though? Maybe we go for level 4 Cthulhu. You know, because we haven't seen a Neptunian in ages. That seems fair. I also talked about giving Notre Dame a chance. Why not? Why not? Why not? Gracule, how do you want to do? How do you do, Gracule? Your passive level's up, David Jones, right? David Jones. At level 4. At level 4 it does. Disappointing, David Jones. Disappointing. Henry is very powerful, though. Exceptionally powerful. Black market time? Who would be black market? I don't really want to black market anyone. I like all of our friends. I think Morgana's the weakest, to be completely honest. We're going to tap. Are we? No, we're going to YOLO. Golthar demands blood. Quench his thirst, and he will send one of his most dreadful avatars into the mortal world. Who'd you send me? You sent me another Henry. Well, hello, Taya. Of course, Taya is the basically female version of Henry in Fire Emblem Awakening. And I've heard rumors that there are some very good doujinshi about Tharya, if you wanted to investigate. I really like her. For very obvious reasons that I definitely didn't put on the screen. Alrighty. I don't know if I'm going to remember to edit that. But I think we just go with this team. I feel pretty confident. I don't know if I should, but I do. What about our armor back here? Are we okay? We're okay. Fire? Fire, not so okay. I could bring Cthulhu back, but I do like his demoralization. Okay. Okay, here we go. This'll do. Probably. It's time for a champion! Oh, dearie me. Our champion is Miyamoto, the samurai, who will be attacking the front with air damage and applying air weakness. The reason he applies that air weakness is because if he attacks a target with negative air resistance, he will ricochet to the next target. And if the target behind them has negative air resistance, he'll ricochet to the third target, and he can very easily just sweep your entire team. It is, in fact, bullshit. But hopefully, we will... Well, thankfully, we have a pretty good resistance against that. Notre Dame has a lot of air and ice resistance, which is currently dramatically reduced, but hey, he lived. You get the picture. Second in line is Yogg-Sothoth, who also has a whopping 60% air resistance. Not so much against the Sage, who is leading the charge, dealing ice damage to the front, but that's alrighty. Look at that. He tanked that well. And now he's gonna die. But his death, oh, Henry lived it too, is not in vain. And the last person who I didn't mention because I don't like him is the Concertist, dealing AoE physical damage and applying dodge, the person with the lowest life percentage. They do get to heal here at the campfire, but I have a double active modified fan. And it was pretty good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now there's no point silencing Miyamoto, because he has double passives, just like the dreaded Druidess, but it doesn't matter, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Death is still good. That should just be the title. Death is still good. Greetings, Barbados. Barbados. I forgot you do health damage. That kind of sucks. Well, his ice damage to the front steals all bonuses applied to the target, much like good old Gluttony. Ice damage to the center and applies ice weakness, and his passive is the pirates of the group gain 50 power. So even though we are a morale build, there could be, possibly, potentially, a build where you have Barbados joined by pirates who, get bonus damage for their AoE morale bomb. But why did I get so many hybrid options? We're just going to take the Philosophers down. We are going to have to visit the Alchemist if we want more blood. For the blood god. But, I was really hoping for something else. Something new, perhaps. Because this is going to be our final level 4 unit. Until we can visit an Alchemist again. And the only one... We could level up Zhuanwu. But he hasn't been doing great. Perhaps because we have no buffs. We'll get Yogg to level 4, which will allow us to level up... You know what? Let's level up Gurakul. We already have a level 4 Henry. A Dark Magus. We can YOLO this business trip as well. Psychopomps gain you 20 gold when they are defeated. My Psychopomps? Defeated? I have one Psychopomp, and it's the one that won't die. I guess I have Morgana as well, but... Let's just go get this blood. So about visiting the Alchemist. I was kinda wrong. An employee found a strange, unlabeled flask while cleaning is about to drink it without even checking if it is poisonous. You recognize it as an evolution elixir. Will you let them drink it for +1 level, or will you take it for yourself? Or sell it for 200 gold? Now, to level up David Jones is about this much. In fact, I think it's 20 gold more if I sell this. So if we're being stingy, we're going to sell it. Sorry, David Jones. I'm not that sorry. At the Undertaker, we have a whopping 90 soul fragments, and as mentioned, let us do the stuff. Heroes' penalties do not lose stacks while they are in the graveyard. Bonus, demoralization when they enter. And Neptunians gain a random bonus. Monsters gain enhanced resistance. Demons gain power. Haste. Resources gained increased by 50%. Does this mean like blood and tears and soul fragments? Fascinating. Who do we usually resurrect? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 demons. And 1, 2, 3 Neptunians. Cthulhu is not a bad spawn. I think we just go for the enhanced resistance, honestly. Okay. We're pretty jacked. Pretty jacked. Speaking of being jacked, let's go get more money. We're not going to pay you in blood. Are you out of your mind? I need that. We could tap the siege, because as long as it doesn't make me send out the modified fan, we're good. But I faintly recall someone telling me that it doesn't choose It chooses automatically if you have less than 5 traps? Is that how that goes? I'll just take this. Maybe we'll find a good artifact. Nope. Have fun, Ragnarok. Go recover that 1 motivation. Alrighty. Death. Bob. Daria. Good. YOLO the event. A young man manages to sneak up to you and threaten you with a rusty blade. His face streaked with angry tears, he seeks to avenge his family. Tortured, devoured, before his very eyes. You can gently pat him on the shoulder and show him the exit. Amuse yourself with his suffering. Or gift him to your employees. Let us torture him. You fool. Alright, let's get this artifact. Maybe we'll actually get something useful. Maybe. I wouldn't put my hopes on it. Notre Dame returns in 1 turn, so we're just going to have to go without him. Most of our fire resist is in room 1, which we are going to have to change up somehow. But I don't know. I mean, Gracule come back, Bob come forward. Bob benefits, you come forward? Oh dear. Okay. Alright. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel questionable. But still confident. This layout kinda sucks. But hey, that just means we have to sacrifice the first room to the Dark Gods, and I am not beyond or below that. In fact, I quite like that idea. Leading the charge is King Arthur. But what is a knight before a god? The annoying King Arthur, who's... Look, this room's getting absolutely crumped because of his enraged stacks. Joined by the Virtuoso, the supreme nuisance himself, and the Hellbringer. The Hellbringer doing her ricochet stuff. We didn't get to spawn a pirate because the Virtuoso is rude. Look at that, the room got actually destroyed. The main reason is because we could not put... Well, I didn't put the modified fan first. Because of this, the Sacred Altar, which will remove 2 penalties. And I thought, hey, we'll put it here to empower the second... Why did you get this? Empower the second room, which will hopefully have good tidings. But this is a problem. Dodging my first ability is some bullshit. Some bullshit I'm not a fan of. Your armor's positive, isn't it? Of course it is. Gracule should eat that. Oh yeah, he ate that just fine. I'm a little concerned. But, if given time, Thanatos is going to clean this up. And that's all I can really hope for. Ooh, the bleeding killed him. Alright, looks like Thanatos is going to get rid of the supreme nuisance, which is good enough. I think Thanatos is going to be resurrected as well. We gotta bring him back. Thanatos. Thanatos Cthulhu. Here we go. This is because of the Orb of Power. We can actually summon 2 of them. And notice their tiredness, well, this guy's tiredness, is not going away. It's very convenient. We can go ahead and crack in Shadow, which is going to absolutely destroy them. All the single target in the world. Between Memento Mori and Kraken Shadow, they do not stand a chance. We're actually about to kill her. But hey. Nice. The Tombstone putting in work. Ooh. Cursed Spirit. Applies burn 3 to all heroes when a demon is defeated. We could have interesting synergy with Melinda Fang, but again, that's for murder builds, and we are not that. The Unholy Shroud grants 50% chance to apply Frostbite with monsters attack, which deal morale damage. We deal so much morale AoE that this could actually be good if we were about to pursue the hybrid build, which Thanatos does play into. But Scaling figurehead. This just provides us with random bonuses at the start of each encounter, and I love random bonuses. With 288 gold, I don't think we can actually train anybody. Maybe we could. Maybe we could try. This could be the last trainer, so might as well. All right, Bob. There you go, Bob. You're a Neptunian. Might as well use our resources here. Do seminar. Shell would be cute. We'll go with a self-serve buffet, though. I think we're coming to the end, but I also don't know for certain, so, you know. A wandering troubadour offers to sing for your employees in exchange for a modest sum. With the right employee, you could convince her, to sing for free. I make that reference every time. Queen Ajara could convince him. Yeah, Queen Ajara could convince a lot of people. A lot of people. But it looks like we're at the end, my friends. One final YOLO. The shifty-looking supplier is offering you some human thighs to feed your employees at a discounted price. They do not look or smell particularly fresh, but you know that the management will grant you a sweet salary bonus for reducing overheads. This gold, 997, is not useful because we're at the end. But I'm going to take it anyway. At the end of all things, how's our team looking? Looking pretty good. Pretty strong. Alrighty. Here we go. The final champion. Which, of course, is a resting room of a campfire. I didn't expect anything else, really. Our champion for this final encounter is the Pyromancer. An interesting choice. He will deal fire damage to the back, apply burn to his target, and heal for a bit of damage he does based on attacking burning people. The Scaling figurehead has YOLO double flame spirit. Really? Really? Can't make use of that, but that's okay. He is joined by the Sage, who will be attacking the front with ice damage, and Cthulhu is going to giggle. Also, because of the magnificent dungeon layout we got, the fan put in a lot of work. The fan has crushed, and I am satisfied. The Amazon is also here, but the Amazon is not going to do anything with, what happened to your tiredness? Was it removed? Huh. Well, she's still not going to do anything to Ragnarok, who has a whopping, I pressed the wrong button, whopping 50% nature resistance. But that's okay. I pressed the wrong button, and she's still going to get it done. You'll have to see it. Probably could have done Kraken of the Deep there and killed this guy, but that's how confident I am. I'm so confident that I can screw up and it'll still be okay. Ah, tiredness is good. Tiredness is good. Henry does fall, which means we're coming to the end. Because now the Pyromancer will be attacking a Ragnarok, who is exceptionally weak to fire damage. Hopefully we can get this done. I'm not sure we're going to be able to. Cthulhu is resilient to fire. But, or maybe? Can we solo this? One room? One room, last boss? Oh, not quite. Not quite. But that's alright. Because the Lord will not see to it personally. Okay, we're going to get to the final room. But you know what's going to happen in the final room, right? That's right. Death is still good.
And now I have a nice load of bodies for my army.
That really has to be the title of the video. 0 out of 24. Well, 0 kills, 24 flees. I love morale builds. They're so good. So good.
While you're at it, give my armor a polish, will you?
We didn't even get to see the
Age brings experience.
new rare unit, and the new rare unit would have taken our build to the nth level. I fished for him as well as I could, because he's a rare unit. But the new rare unit is the giant jellyfish, and he has an amusing ability, which you may notice right here. Minus 40 morale damage, double the stacks of demoralize applied to the target. It was going to be glorious. I was building towards it the entire time, but we never rolled it. Also, his passive at level 4, he applies demoralize 3 to all heroes at the start of the fight. So, I wanted this really bad, but unfortunately, it was not in the cards we were dealt. But my friends, thank you for hanging out, for watching, for following this very long series. We are done. Bog, Cyril, Lyra, Toeris, Anshanshu, and now the Lord are all done. All of their banners, which means all that's left to do is Endless Mode, which, as the name suggests, is endless, and Ascension. I mentioned Ascension earlier, but I'm not overly interested in Endless Mode, so the next series will be Ascension Mode. There might be a few days break between this and that. I haven't been feeling well lately, which is why I haven't been streaming, but getting back into it slowly. I hope you enjoyed this test run of the new format, the whole banner, in one episode. Keep it nice, condensed and compact, and hopefully we don't lose anything in between episodes. Feel free to let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to the patrons and the channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. And if you would like to stay updated with happening on the channel, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. The long journey has come to an end. But when one door closes, another opens. And I hope you look forward to it. Bye!